Hello guys, here we are in a brand new video of GTA 6 and here we're going to be responding and looking at the new rumors of GTA 6 claimed to launch with two modes in PS5 and Xbox Series X in 30 FPS quality mode and 60 FPS performance mode. But before we get straight into it, give me a like, subscribe for more content like this. Let's hit the 5 likes in this video and let's see how it goes. Let's read what this leak said. Rumors: GTA 6 is claiming to launch with two modes in PS5 and Xbox Series X, 30 FPS quality mode and 60 FPS performance mode. They add this in case of the 60 FPS isn't ready at launch. It will be added at post-launch patch. Source: the Polish podcast Rocked and Boys, I don't know how he said, who claims they have reached out sources in Rockstar. They have previously track records of reporting accurate Rockstar information in The Witcher explained before that. Aside from the resource, with the source, not resource, credibility report feels that is much like an educational guess since every game operating in the way this generation goes. What is crazy that a 2 billion report budget and the year of development some basic features are not still ready to launch. It's pretty scary if someone is going to be asking me about the situation. 30 FPS, but sometimes to be 30 FPS, guys, you must know that this game is pretty big. You know what I mean? And I just decided, okay, you know what? Let's look at the Polish podcast and let's see what they had to say. So let's go and let me go and show you the part that was the important part right
Rule,
here.
it's once again difficult to find reliable information, especially on YouTube, including XA, because people there like to shine and are willing to do a lot. There are so many fakes out there that it's mind-boggling.
Okay.
But ladies and gentlemen, if you remember
Take
our
in account one thing that I translated it to English because they speak Polish. So imagine.
previous episode, we mentioned that on the Polish Media Mark
Okay, give me a
website,
second.
that's why their data is reliable, but it doesn't reflect the entire market, just a specific corner they don't have access to. That's also what IGNU fans are for. Yes, 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 yes.
Very focused people who are interested in games.
Absolutely. They'll be a minority in GTA sales. Sure, oh yes, of course, of course. No, well, I'm saying, as long as we don't have access to certain data presented by the publisher, it's just guesswork. But it's hardly surprising that PlayStation has an advantage here. You don't even have to be a wizard to come up with it. It all works, and I think the biggest rumor was 39 million, from what I remember, supposedly
That's so
sold.
true.
But like I said, these are things like, someone did some analysis, or trust me, bro. That's what I think.
Me too.
As a rule, it's once again difficult to find reliable information, especially on YouTube, including XA, because people there like to shine and are willing to do a lot. There are
That's
so
true.
many fakes out there that it's mind-boggling. But ladies and gentlemen, if you
Okay.
remember our previous episode, we mentioned that on the Polish Media Mark website, the description of GTA 6 included information that the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One X would have
Okay.
a choice of performance and quality modes.
It's true.
And I've received new information from, ladies
Damn.
and gentlemen,
Uh-huh.
a source close to Rockstar.
Damn.
But I emphasize that this is a single source, but
Single
a very
source?
reliable one. We should
Okay.
start drumming now, because this will probably be the first one.
Uh-huh.
You're the one who'll guess it. It's very likely. And
Okay.
ultimately, according to the information I've received,
Let's
there will
see.
be two graphical modes, 30 and 60 FPS on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series 1030 FPS is currently on the Series S. But as I've
Series
heard,
S.
they're fighting there,
Damn.
and with people with some large team from Microsoft.
I imagine. I really imagine.
So
the
maybe there will be
question
more.
is-
Why hasn't Rockstar announced the modes yet? Because it seems like such long-awaited information. I mean, I know a lot of people are dismissive about whether it will be 30 or 60 FPS. But
Yeah.
firstly, Rockstar has always released games at 30 FPS at launch.
That's true.
Secondly, Red Dead Redemption has been at 30 FPS on consoles so far.
So
And
imagine.
from what
Let's see
I've
the
learned,
translation.
they're not 100% sure yet whether 60 FPS will be available at launch.
Let's see.
I
My
mean, there's a
goodness.
possibility that it might appear in some kind of system.
Mhm.
No es casualidad.
The question is, guys, the real question is, if this is true, for the people that bought the PS5 Pro, imagine their pockets knowing that they are already spent $900 for playing GTA 6 in 60 FPS. You know what I mean?
Okay, so they're working on it.
They're working on it, but as I got the information, it'll most likely be there for the premiere, but there's also this, there's.
Terrible crunch.
Mhm.
Terrible crunch.
That's
Definitely.
true. I imagine the
So they're
crunch
pushing
of
it, but
the
I'll repeat
people who are
again,
working it,
this
Indian
information comes from a
people,
single
these
source, but a very
down
reliable
places. You
one.
know what I mean?
And it would also fit with what MediaMarkt released.
Mm-hmm.
About two graphic modes, yes. I think some information also leaked from some Brazilian store, but I
It's
assume
true.
we'll talk about it, because I think I got the link to the article from you, right? Actually, it only said there would be a very rich, interactive world.
So, guys, that was the information. Thanks for this channel. Give them a like because this is information, good information that we are going to be diving into. And here is some opinion of the people that, you know what I mean, about this situation. I hope there is a 60 FPS performance mode. If there is not, I'm holding to my PC version. That's a good point and a bad point because, guys, many people are just thinking, you know what, I'm not gonna play GTA 5 at 30 FPS, but later when it looks beautiful and you do not notice 30 FPS, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? And knowing that the prices of the consoles are going to be high as fuck. You know what I mean? So that's a really thing that many people need to think inside this game because this game, guys, do I need to remind you that this game, it has been 10 to 13 years of wait. You know what I mean? So let's read more opinions. I hope there is no FF rebirth performance mode. Might as well just play at 30 FPS. It looks like shit. You know what I mean? It means basically that if it looks like shit, you're not gonna play it. And I really understand his opinion. What about another one? That's basically what I really read as before. Then the response was, it won't release in a year. I can wait. It's not a big deal. I want to enjoy my experience. It really literally say PS5 Pro inherited inside the PS Store. Yes, but it must be a catch somewhere. You know what I mean? Because this information, yes, many people are taking this at grand assault, but is there any information, real information, saying that this is gonna be the ray trace? Do you know the game inside the PS5 Pro that is only gonna go in 60 FPS? You know what I mean? Because for now, there is no confirmation of nowhere. The only confirmation that we have is that from GTA 6 from Rockstar that is gonna be played in the best place in PS5. But taking account that for me, I see that as the marketing place budget that PS5 or Sony just purchased inside this Rockstar company, and they're just doing what they had to do with their contract and whatever they had. So guys, yes, have been your boy. I would like to know your opinion inside the comments. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe for more content like this, and let's hit the objective of 5 likes. See you in the next one. Peace.